Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We saw a little bit of price action earlier today, or well yesterday, depending on your time zone. And yeah, the price formed likely an initial 5-wave move to the downside. Not really much to add really to my commentary from the last video, but just for everybody who's new on the channel as well, you know, the assumption is currently that the price formed a third wave. Basically, third waves are the strongest waves in a trend. So completed a third wave with that top on the 8th or 9th of December. Then I highlighted to you somewhere from there, a pullback should start in a wave 4. It did when we got the initial evidence. I highlighted, okay, this could take into the new year. So we prepared for that because it's a wave 4. It's likely going to be boring. So what we want to see in such a fourth wave is typically an ABC structure. It's a 3-wave correction. The A wave can have 3 or 5 waves. The B wave 3, yeah, in most cases. It can also be a 5-wave move if it's a triangle only though. Or could even be a complex correction, but you know, we don't want to go there. So B wave possibly complete, and then the C wave would be a 5-wave move. So I've always highlighted the microstructure within these individual patterns, A, B, and C. That's a lot of noise. So you can disregard most of that. It's not predictive anyway. If we do any wave counting of microstructures within a correction, it's just done to get the invalidation points and to get maybe some Fibonacci levels. But really what we need to see is an A wave, a B wave, and the C wave, which might be unfolding right now. Not entirely clear yet, but I'm leaning towards that perspective. And a few things to mention. The move down is so far not impulsive, so can easily you know, lead to very, very choppy price action. But we've got 5 waves down. We hit previous support levels, so structural support that was down here at $41,820. And earlier today I mentioned to you it's possible that now this wave 2 pullback occurs and we completed wave 1 of wave C. And this is now the wave 2 pullback, which should be an ABC structure. And as long as the price stays below standard resistance, which is important for a wave 2, because if a wave 2 breaks above resistance, you know, probably something more bullish goes on. But yeah, as long as the price stays below that resistance level at 43,837, the downside pressure should remain high and the price should continue to move down. A break above that 78.6 retrace level would basically, yeah, take us a little bit into no man's land, because that's again one of these situations where the 1-2 setup to the downside, which would, you know, lead to further sell-off in wave 3 of C, you know, that is, so that wave 2 basically, yeah, would be too high to be reliable, but it's not invalidated. So that 1-2 setup is not going to be invalidated until the price breaks above the Friday high that was made at around 44,450, or a little bit lower, 44,420. So that would be the invalidation point, depends on the exchange, but you know, we ideally don't want to get close. So again, it will be no man's land until invalidation. If it's invalidated, then we'll likely deal with an extended B wave again. All still possible. Literally, I mentioned it throughout the weekend, that unless we see a first impulse to the upside that's large enough that it goes above a certain resistance level, or above initial resistance really, it would be wise to expect further sideways action or downside movement. Now we have seen further downside movement. The altcoins still holding well though. Bitcoin coming down a bit below resistance. I would at the moment expect it to carry on. In the next step, getting towards the area around 40,650, which are these previous swing lows here. Then 39,944. That's the 100% extension level of the A wave. It's a good target for a C wave. And if we break below that level, which we should if we look at the microstructure, then it can take us into the region between 36,300 and 39,260 for support. Key bullish support remains at $34,070 for this wave 4, but ideally we don't even go down that much. Yeah, and then if we really look at the microstructure here, I mean, within this wave 2, going to the 30-minute chart, yeah, it's entirely possible that the A wave of the wave 2 is now completed. So basically, the way this could look like is A wave, B wave, C wave, really looking at the microstructure here. To keep this assumption valid, the price needs to stay above 41,630. Yeah. If we break below that level, the wave 1 was never finished, or I would need to find a way to restructure it a little bit, but this would be the standard structure in wave 2. Yeah, not much more to add. Maybe we've got a little bit more action tomorrow, so hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.